Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revis. Today's a new day, a new review. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy for movie reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer is the 12th movie directed by Christopher Nolan. You have a stacked cast. You got Cillian Murphy. You got Robert Downey Jr. You got Emily Blunt. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many people in this movie. Like, it's so crazy. And this movie's about, you got Robert Oppenheimer, the one that created the atom bomb. You know, it talks about the situations on what happened in creating the atom bomb and what happened after the bomb was let loose. And a lot of crazy things happened between those times. Now, what I gotta say about the film, well, I am what you call a Christopher Nolan fan. I am a huge Christopher Nolan fan. I love pretty much all his movies. I mean, the man could take certain genres that people really are not interested in and make it interesting. Like for example, like Dunkirk. I am not a war person. I do not like modern war movies. I can care less about modern war movies. But when I watched Dunkirk, and I'm like, wow, this was really good. And I give Christopher Nolan that credit. I'm serious. It's like, if you were to tell me, if I had a friend that came up and tell me, hey, Jay, do you want to go watch a movie about the man that created the atom bomb? I'm like, no, I really don't give a shit about it. But if my same friend come out and said, but it's directed by Christopher Nolan, I'm like, oh, yes. Now I'm interested. That's what I'm talking about. Christopher Nolan can take certain genres and make it interesting. And once I heard that was going on, I was like, yes, count me in, because anything that Christopher Nolan does is gold. So I go into this movie, and I gotta say, this movie is freaking crazy. Like, this movie's crazy. There's no action in this movie. There's hardly no action in this movie. Like, the bomb sequences and all that stuff that happens like later in the film, but the whole movie is like the story behind the atom bomb, how it was created, all the madness that went on. It was almost like watching a spy thriller. That's how it felt, with just people talking and setting people up, stabbing people in the back. I mean, it is like really crazy. And I gotta give it to Cillian Murphy. Like, Cillian Murphy, this dude has been in a lot of Christopher Nolan films. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you have a good actor, if you are in a Christopher Nolan film. Like, for real. Like definitely for real. That's how you know you have what you call a great actor, if you're in a Christopher Nolan movie, because Christopher Nolan knows how to pick his actors. Cillian Murphy's been in most of Christopher Nolan movies, not all of them, but most of them, and he every time he plays a character, you could tell the difference. You could tell it's like the Nolan universe, man. He has all these different characters, and Cillian Murphy played a great Oppenheimer. I mean, you could tell the things that Oppenheimer went through. And let me tell you something. Oppenheimer is not a perfect person at all. But this really shows how America will reach to a depth that they will become a villain just to win a war, to bring what they call peace on this earth. Like, the stuff that they did in this movie was like, damn, I'm embarrassed. You know what I mean? To find that out, that, oh, we won this war and everything like that, but it took certain despicable things to do just to win the war. It's almost like you won by cheating, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the ruthlessness. You have that feel like, oh my God, like, really? Like, and the funny thing is, when you see the people like happy and that we won the war and everything, but the stuff they don't know behind the scenes to get to that point is nerve-wracking. It's very nerve-wracking. And then when we got the test the test of the bomb and how they dropped the bomb. Because Christopher Nolan went to Mexico and he actually dropped a real bomb. And he filmed a bomb blowing up. And that's how you get the actual bomb blowing up, which was freaking great. Because Christopher Nolan is good at those like technical effects. He wants it to be as realistic as possible. And the world he builds in these films are so great. I mean, another standout in this movie, I gotta give it to Robert Downey Jr. Yo, look, when I'm watching Robert Downey Jr., I'm not even thinking Iron Man or freaking Tony Stark. Like, I couldn't even recognize Robert Downey Jr. in this film. He was so great at it. I feel like he's gonna get an Oscar for his portrayal in this movie. Like, he did a really good job. I love Matt Damon in this one. He did a really good job in this film as well. Another actor I gotta say was a standout in this movie was Josh Hartnett. Yo, Josh Hartnett, I didn't even recognize him in this film. Like, I remember him from The Faculty, 40 Days and 40 Nights. I remember him from those films. And like, they totally made him. Like, you couldn't even recognize him at first. And he did a really great job in this film too. I gotta say, a lot of my favorite, like my favorite scenes in the movie where you got Oppenheimer talking to Matt Damon's character, and Matt Damon's asking him like, so what are the chances of like miscalculations and then like us destroying the whole entire world? And like Oppenheimer said, well, it's near zero. And he's like, this near zero? I mean, zero will be nice. You know what I'm saying? And to know that if they were to miscalculated this when they were testing the bomb, they could have destroyed the whole entire world. That is scary in itself. And there was another line. I'm not going to really say this line because I don't want to spoil anything in the movie, where Oppenheimer, he talks to Einstein. He talks to Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein tells him this, like a simple line, like a speech. Like, he tells him something that in context of the scene that you see of what Albert Einstein said, it's almost like Albert Einstein told his future. And how it connected was very chilling. You know what I'm saying? And that was like very good. And that was the very end of the movie. And it was like the very ending of the movie, just after the movie was done, I was tense. Like, I had to collect myself. Like, it was just tension. Like, the movie was tense. For a movie that has no action in this movie was so tense. Like, I was shaking at the end of this movie. I was like, all the crazy things that happened, to know the things that happened that, like, yo, the stuff that we got to until this point of like nuclear weapons and everything like that, like how scary this is. And once again, Christopher Nolan does an amazing job. He takes a genre of a movie and he makes the movie interesting as hell. And it was so thrilling, so great. I gotta say, what do I rate this film? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? I gotta give it a love. That's right, I give it a love.
Love me.
It is a great
really
film.
love me.
I gotta say, this may be my top 5 favorite Christopher Nolan movies of all time. This is definitely making it in my top 5 movies of the year. Like, this movie deserves an Oscar. I mean, Christopher Nolan deserves an Oscar for this one. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. once again deserves an Oscar for supporting actor. I mean, this movie is amazing. You should check it out. I advise you. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about Oppenheimer. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or was something in between? Let me know. And also, you can catch me on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube at Hated or Love It Movie Reviews. And you can also catch me on KerPOWie, the pop culture movie blog, where you get your reviews on movies, comic books, artwork, video games, all that good stuff for nerds. Go ahead and check out the website. I put a link on below. And also for the new subscribers, for the new people that watch my videos, if you want to know how I rate my movies, go ahead and click on the description below. It tells you in full detail on how I rate my films, because I do it a lot different than other reviewers do. So once again, subscribe to my channel, help the boy out, press that like button, and also I will see you when I see you. Peace.